Halo semuanya, balik lagi bersama saya Sarula Gaming. Pertandingan antara RSIPH versus Onic Prodigy di game pertama di playoff hari pertama. Langsung aja kita lihat gameplay dari kedua tim.
This is gonna be a rumble, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, especially with
Joey
the build-up
Claude,
here for both Onic
hero-hero
and RSG. We're starting to
hero-hero
take note of Ryota
overpower semua
holding on to that Joy, so
di
it is
tim Onic.
confirmed that it will go into the X-Plane. Two
Ini
magic
RSG PH ini jago
emblems
banget,
here
jago loh.
are unlocked, but the pressure is gonna be given to the bot side for Ryota to not move as
Cuman
much as light is taken from
jarang
them.
masuk ke kemana ke juara dunia kualifikasi. Aku udah berapa kali nonton Reski PH jago banget. RSG alert. Emang ini setiap game pasti ada alert. Emblem tank, flicker, build tank.
Gonna go for the engage. Only level 2. He has to be extra careful here because right now Exhort seems to be very proactive in making sure that no trades will happen here, at least for the first few minutes.
That frame before we went to the bot side was very surprising because we knew that the Basha together with that shield
Goldnya
unit could
sama,
go
masih sama.
easily from one place in the map from
Kill
another.
sama,
But this
kill
is why
nggak ada,
the Lancelot is picked up
goldnya
so
hampir
many
sama.
times all throughout the season. Level 4 immediately, no need to use for any extra, mechanics or kind of, flashy plays for him to be able to secure at least one or two objectives. Sensui already level 4, Irad finally catching up as the turtle is about to spawn here. There's still a lot of members open, but Sensui is feeling the pressure.
All right, no major gaps here in terms of experience, but right now Sensui is being zoned out. Diving by Ryota, tries to slow down
Pas
Irad.
banget sih, Joey itu kejar-kejar.
Oh, they're not done. Ryota
Masih ada
will be saved
ulti
here a
Pramis.
little bit by the co-alter, but will be
Mati
finished
Joey.
off by Exor, showing up right now.
Joey itu ngincarnya
UV.
UV.
Would affect the setup of Onic Philippines and taking in objectives. Onic struggle to find an angle to take the back lines of RSG. This is what we're talking about, right? Ryota, we haven't seen him use heroes or squishy heroes such as the Joy, and it doesn't really, reflect to his playstyle because we usually see him go with it. That is go with very tanky heroes such as the Yuzongs and the others. But this time it's gonna be a challenge for him on how he could maneuver, on how he would try to position himself with such a very squishy hero that deals again a lot of damage, because even with a vengeance he definitely had a hard time into trying to soak every single damage dealing coming from the side of RSG, which is why they not only got the turtle but they also got the extra first blood gold in the process. Eman already securing the corrosion side, an extra basic attack boost for that carry. It's going to be very crucial for RSG, which is why now they're going to be going into the position to go into top and try to give pressure to the Claude. No wonder Light and the people of RSG are focusing.
Oh,
that thought.
That was a lot of movement being forced by RSG, a lot of ultimates also being used with just slight slight adjustments here from Onic, and so far they are playing it very, very safe.
Yes, speaking of playing very safe, Kekadut, on the other hand, is slowing down information being seen by Light, and mostly he holds the upper or the gold lane most of the time. This is how they control the river. You know also how RSG wanted to secure the borders of as of this time?
Yeah.
It's always about how they wanted to cross the bridge. If Onic wants to have a way of getting into Eman on the other side.
And Kekadut is also the kind of player that really relies on utility. So with him holding this Franco, this is going to be a very different approach for Onic Philippines, which is why now they're trying to position themselves in this turtle.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, turtle will definitely be a big contestant since we still gets it right under the hand.
Lancelot jarang sih kalau misalnya Lancelot udah multi.
The flicker out
Mati,
will
mati.
fail as Kekadut will fall. Probably going to be worth a turtle. Again, RSG, or rather Onic, they actually just want to prolong this game. They don't really want to go and fight, right?
Yeah.
So this is actually fine for Onic, if you think about it.
No chase, no counter set. RSG's leading by almost 700 gold. And what's going through the mindset of Onic right there? Let the light guide you.
Let the light guide you.
Oh, man. That was a very good quote there.
Yeah.
But going back, not going to the light,
we saw Onic
Karinya main aman sih
especially
ini.
since Suwi go
Kalau
for
dia
the
juga main
orange
aman.
buff right away. Right after the turtle take, right after Kekidut was brought down by the Divine Judgment. So this is the kind of the next play or next play. What is going to be the next position here for the side of Onic Philippines to go against RSG, because they can't go for the extended team fights just yet because they don't have the necessary damage to go through it. So now they try to, use the cult altars to just make sure that everybody else would stay alive, while the others roam around the map, try to get as much objectives as they can, so Onic could still maintain a fighting distance. Because as we take a look at it, there's already 2 turtles secured by one team each, and 570 is just the
Ih,
goal.
dapat
Actually,
cuy.
that's interesting because watch this, right? The top side of the map for Onyx, they want to play it slow, while the 2 assassins are on the bottom side. That was so funny to watch right now.
Baxi
And it
dapat
looks
nggak
like
sih?
Ryota again. We're not used to seeing
Iya,
Ryota
dapat
go down
dapat
like this. He's
blue
usually
buff
very
dia ya.
tanky, but now getting killed immediately by Nats.
On the other side, Onic was up top,
Kira
and
si
you
Lancit
guys
tadi
both
yang dapat.
mentioned that Onic Philippines, the Yellow Hedgehogs, is waiting for the right window to strike, because the items, even the damage, is not enough to even suffice RSG right
Hancur
now.
tower
So
bawah.
those missed positions needs to be, well, refrained from happening all the time,
They
because
just need to buy so much time for Nets.
yeah, but RSG right now, on the other hand, Eman has his golden staff. So
Kari
And
beli
this is
golden
where things
staff.
are going to be a little different, because the bottom lane
Dapat lord,
turret
dapat
has
turtle
now
sih.
been taken
Nggak
control
bakalan
by the
sampai sih
Raiders.
kalau
And with
Lancelot
that,
ngejar
there
juga.
is no way that Onyx Philippines could potentially contest that one. That's an easy take for Irad. And this is where the mobility and the rotations will finally come into play for Onyx. It's very easy for them to go into one place to another, and there's going to be a
Hancur.
secure lockup
Enggak
here
hancur.
through light with the Divine Judgment as well. So that is a consistent thing that Onyx Philippines needs to worry about, as it's slowly falling into their grasp, because RSG has developed a respectable amount of gold lead.
yeah, talking about how do you reinforce Light and the members of RSG right now, Nats, even here, they're all over the place. And this is
Perbedaan
what
level
you
11 ke
don't want if you're
9.
Onyx Philippines. How
Kalau
would you get
dihajar
targets?
sih
How
masih
would you
bisa sih.
reach those kinds of
Hajar
potential and
Lancet.
getting those items in?
And mind you, they have 4 flickers, so they can play aggressive however and whenever they want.
And they're
Apa?
holding on to that for the longest time right now, which means they are waiting to go for that one big play. When will it be? It's all up to Light. Light is the point man here. Whoever gets Divine Judgmented here is probably gonna go down.
This is a
Right.
face-off.
This is a whole face-off. Who's gonna pull the trigger first?
A showdown you guys are going for, because right now, if the Kufa or Keka
Oh, there it is.
he only has
Konsil, konsil, konsil.
Whoa!
Wih,
There's the
dapat.
pull that we were talking about.
Aduh.
Look at that Emma, just so scary with that carry right now.
Anjay, keren
But
banget.
of
Masih
course, we'll
masih
buy
bisa
some
selamat.
time with the cult altar,
mati ya.
but the time has run out. Now the
Mati ya.
RSG will get that kill. Even with the cult altar, they were able to take out Kekedon.
That is one of the worries with this Onyx Philippines lineup, because they don't have, again, the damage just yet to go with the composition.
Ini
But on
RSG
RSG,
yang
you
menang
have
nih.
Irad, the
Goldnya
answer
udah
to
beda
the tricky lineup. We haven't even
2.500.
seen Eman Exhort
27.
or Eman and Exhort taking a lot of damage, because it's always the rest of the 3 members soaking it up for them and making sure that those 2 main damage dealers from the Raiders are going to be safe, as now they're continuing to maintain their lead. And Onyx Philippines, fortunately for them, they're still managing to get their objectives. But RSG, the Lord, is specifically on their side.
I just want to commend how the lane control is
Wih,
working.
dia
Even
max
the
galon.
river control of RSG, it's flowing.
Apakah lancinya bisa
Flowing
curi?
like
Nggak
a
nggak
strong
sempat sih.
river that you can't even walk through it. There's no towers taken
Dapat lot.
from the side of
Wow.
RSG.
Yeah, you must be swift as a coursing river, right?
Yeah.
With all the force of a great typhoon, but the typhoon's not playing today, so maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, H2O's here, so
H2O's
technically,
here.
the water, the flow.
The coursing river, he's
Yup.
still here. Some at the back.
Yeah.
somewhere.
He's the one. They have an irrigation.
Gas
How
mid.
they want to have their
Bro has
way.
a whole water tank.
Yeah, a water tank, a whole water source.
Yep.
Irrigation with Irad. That's why he's here.
Irrigation.
Potong mid.
Beautiful.
Minion mid sih
And
harus
how
potong.
we look at Irad right now,
Kaja
even
potong,
at a
nggak
zero,
dipotong sih.
a 003.
Kalau dipotong
He's doing
tadi
his job. I have to
midnya
say, right?
It's a different
bisa
Irad that
hancur
we're
juga
seeing.
nih midnya.
And most of, oh wait,
Malah dia
Oh,
mati.
Light force the flicker out just to
Wow.
not die there. But of course, the punchback is very, very strong from
Aduh.
RSG.
look at him go.
Eman just dashing
Udah ada
in
WON nggak sih?
rather against Sensui. They're playing it so smooth here. You saw that? You saw what they did right
Oh,
after
man.
Eman dodged Sensui. He was like, "I'll go for the tower. I'll
Yeah.
just chill."
Yeah. I won't
What
even
is
mind
happening?
someone taking damage
Cuy,
from me.
Yeah, they forced out a flicker, but the turret was so important for us to just push forward. Look at that, another one down bottom, and they're closing more of the turrets down of Onic Philippines.
They're just, you know, brute forcing their way into the base. Like,
Styling and profiling.
especially with the buildup of the items here, because we're starting to take note of the blade armor and the radiant armor, both of the two teams, two items that is keeping Irad. Also, unlocking that dominance ice as part of his arsenal is something that, you know, Onic needs to penetrate through before they could get to the main damage leader, which is, again, is going to be a very difficult time for them, because we're starting to take note at the Lancelot starting to build up those offensive items first, but Sensui is in a little bit of a pickle.
Well, RSG starting to build that lead. They're starting to also be very,
udah
very
ulti, udah
fickle.
keluar semua skillnya.
Onic right now just trying to fight with as much firepower as they can.
Ow.
But Nets
Ayo.
just does not have enough in the barrel as of
Anjas.
yet. He doesn't have the shotgun
N
charged
sih,
up
N
yet.
sih, N sih.
He can't push
N.
punch through the armor of RSG.
Nets and the Kekadu down.
And
RSG
mid
not
sih,
wasting
apaan
a
sih
second
Baxia?
to take down
Minion
the
masih banyak.
final members of a comeback for Onic Philippines. For mid-game, it's just 11 minutes and 30 seconds. And
Aduh,
they're
nggak
at the
bisa.
base.
They need to build up something
Objektif
here that
nunggu Lord.
could, you know, lower those defenses down. Maybe a halberd going here to Nets if it would be essential, or maybe a Demon Hunter sword, just to make sure that the attack speed would really come in handy, because Onic Philippines, they can't really get through the major wall that is the
Kalau Kari udah
RSG
jadi
wall.
golden
And
staff,
so far it has been RSG's
corrosion,
game that has been very smooth, and not to mention
DHS,
Irad
WON,
and also the other members could definitely go ahead and try to figure out how they can
udah,
approach.
udah.
Once Onic Philippines tends to make their move, they wait for the right timing, and once they get the vision that one of the members are out of their position, that's the perfect time for the Raiders to strike and finish the team fight once and for
I
all.
mean, you gotta commend
Oh,
Onic.
kayaknya
At least
ngepush
they're
di bawah.
trying, right? They know they're behind, but they're still trying to make some plays here and not being very passive.
Yeah, they can't keep doing
Oh,
that.
baru
Like,
beli di
if
Heist
you're
Karinya.
worried about time, right
Dia
now,
join war.
Kekadu's jump is
Pinter
so
banget sih.
vital that he
Dia
needs
ngepush
that
bawah
one
dulu,
perfect set.
baru
There's
ngelord
no
lah,
one here
langsung
in
ngelord.
Onic Philippines as it decides to hold the damage. Look at
Dorong
that face
bawah,
off.
Oh,
That's
baru ngelord.
Sensui, and RSG still gains control of the river and this Lord.
That's a show of force right there for RSG. Look at that.
Dapat
He's
sih
just so
Dikasih.
confident in front.
Nats can even play man-to-man defense
Melted
against
so
Sensui.
quickly.
Oh,
Anjay,
Sensui
tarik
again,
dong.
he is in trouble right now, being dove in by 4
Oh, mati dong
5
Lance.
members of
Enggak,
RSG, and Exor's
dikit
on
lagi.
the side. He's trying to box
Ah, mati.
everyone in, and there is the counter punch
Aduh,
once more
lagi
for
si
RSG.
Joynya.
Trade of one.
N
Sensui
sini,
was the
dorong
capture lead.
bawah aja.
Can they still make it?
Dorong
Bro,
tengah.
we saw Ryota tried from the back line.
Bawa
He
3
did
lane.
his best to unleash those
Karinya
sounds,
udah
unleash the noise
corrosion,
from behind. But
sepatu,
again,
golden
it
staff,
wasn't enough,
WON,
because
DHS.
all
Terakhir
he
beli apa itu?
saw from the backside was none other than Nats. Once Nats
Udah N sini,
unleashed the
N.
final slash on
7-0.
the front lines, he immediately went to the backside because he
07
knew
nggak ada
that
obat sih.
Ryota was about to make a play
Nggak
there,
ada
and actually
nggak ada
Army
kill
so far
dari
is being penetrated by
Onic.
RSG's offense.
He needs to have a good amount of defense here. If he is waiting to outlast or outmaneuver Nats on those fatal final slash, he needs to make a good angle or even a good sustainability to have a comeback set, because right now Kekadu's having
Kenapa
a
nggak
bad
digas ya?
time in perfect,
Oh boy.
having a perfect angle.
Look at Ira, just no fear going in. Full
Yo.
trust on his teammates to make the push
Objektif banget
happen.
permainannya.
That's exactly what's happening right now. Eman as well.
Oh,
Again,
no.
Kekadan, he
Apa itu?
misses.
Hilang
He
langsung.
misses on the Eman, and then he will go down. Immortality popped as well. Super Friends falling right behind
9-0
him.
boy.
Ah, my goodness. RSG is almost 10k on the goal lead right now, OSX.
Not
And,
looking good, not looking good for the Yellow Hedgehogs
Nunggu
right
sini
now.
nanti
A
datang.
lead of 10k. And
Bisa
they're
N
knocking
tuh.
into base. All 5. Look at that. Nats going in, targeting Super Friends. Evan on the other hand is going out of
Nice
distance.
catch.
Okay.
All right, going insane right now.
Wih,
Nets is
mantap,
still
langsung
alive,
beli
so there's
mortal.
still some damage coming in.
Langsung beli
Bro.
mortal dia.
Onic right now, but again, will be slowed down with
Wait,
another kill.
10-0
there
cok.
it is.
Baru
There you
10-1
go.
nih
Nets
terakhir.
is still fighting back here a little bit by bit.
RSG.
Low HP members for RSG
Oh,
are still
no.
going in. Eman takes out Super
Kalah
Friends
ini.
though. No more call
Udah
honor
ada
available
surat
for
surat.
Onic. And that might be it. RSG just
Aduh,
trying to
triple
clean it
kill
up as
maniak
much
lagi.
as they can. And they clean
Aduh,
it up.
maniak.
Aaron with a maniac. Close out that game. 10K goal lead up.
Oke guys, thank you yang sudah menonton. Game pertama dimenangkan oleh RSG di MPL Playoff hari pertama. Thank you yang sudah nonton. Jangan lupa bantu like, komen, dan subscribe. Kita bertemu di video berikutnya. Bye-bye.